Well, here are all of my various supplies. I have different dowel sizes, lots of different wheels that I'm going to try out, and I built some Lego platforms to make it adjustable. And there's my lever arm. Well, I tried drilling a hole for my wooden dowel in my ruler, but it's too weak and thin, so it started splintering. Also, I kind of broke it, so I switched to using a thicker piece of wood that will be stronger, and I drilled holes into it, and it's working out so far, so yeah. So this was the axle I was actually going to use for my CDs, but it turned out being too small for the hole that I drilled. And this is the axle that fits my CD, so this is actually the same size hole as that one that I'm using. So whenever I put it in here, it was just like too big, and whenever it spun, it kind of like wobbled around and it just wasn't very stable. So I took some duct tape and I wrapped it around my axle, and it made it a little bit bigger so the wheels could spin better without being so wobbly, and it's more stable this way. At this point, I am done building my Mousetrap car. However, I have a slight problem. Right now, it's actually all wound up and everything. The string is tied around my axle. And whenever I let go, it does not move. Like, it should be going forward, obviously, but it does not do that. And I'm thinking it's because it's too heavy. Like, my wheels are already rather large, and the body of the Mousetrap car is pretty heavy itself because of my Legos. And it's moving on its own if I lift it up. So I'm going to try and reduce some weight and see if that helps anything. So I took off some weight by removing the two Lego pieces that were in the middle of my car, and now it is a little bit lighter. And I also switched to smaller wheels in the front, and now whenever I let go, it moves. So this is my car for speed, and I was originally going to use this wheel for the front, but it wasn't going very far. It would stop after a short distance, so I decided to use the CDs for all four wheels. But I only had one dowel that fit the CD in the back, but I'm actually using the same dowel that fits this wheel, but I had to somehow make the hole for the CD smaller, so I glued a water bottle cap to make it fit, and it spins really well. So I was originally going to use a longer lever arm for distance. I was just going to slip it on here, and I was going to use a longer one, that way the energy would be released more slowly, but my car was too heavy and I needed more power. It wasn't moving. So I just slipped this back off, and now that I have a shorter lever arm, it's giving me more power, and that makes my car move. This is for distance. And this is for speed.